What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to On the Warpath. It's your boy Sanchez 405 with you. If you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. As always, like, comment, share this video if you can. If you're on Twitter, make sure you retweet this out if you can. Greatly appreciate it, y'all. And usually we do this on Wednesday, but really wasn't feeling it because I am a two-time COVID champion. Yes, somebody celebrate with me before we get into it. Two-time COVID champion. We're supposed to have surgery. Got that posted back to October 3rd now. So that's going to be that's a little bit of burden to bear, but it is what it is, right? So we just make dues out of it. Hopefully can get out of here this weekend. Got some high school football, getting ready to rock and roll with that. But yes, your boy is a two-time COVID champion. Shout out to all those people out there who got to deal with it and the 5 days and all this other stuff. But is what it is. Been playing a lot of Madden. Shout out to Don. What's up in the house? Trying to give Lunell a history lesson there. What's up, Corey? How you feeling? Gunning man. We know you as Paulie. Everybody knows you as Paulie. FU2 Super. The PJ's up in the house. Got his own property now. So he is living large. So he got the money. We can't hide it. What's up, Brian Harden? Happy that Logan is back in business. Yes, indeed. Roger Smith, he's in here. And he is talking about toughness and physicality as always. And then Rockman, what's up on the 1033? 1033 as we like to call it. But shout out before I even go to, because I was going to wear this shirt and I found out that they don't, like, look at this. Shout out to Paulie and G from the shop. I told y'all I'd wear the shirt. Man, you already know. I told him get a 3X, right? This is a 3X. This is a bodysuit. It cannot fit. I don't know what anorexics wear these type of 3Xs, but they did not fit around my big butt. So I appreciate it. Man, you already know. I'm going to show it on here. Could not fit on me. So, it is what it is. But you know what else doesn't fit, y'all? Probably the glove that OJ had, because you got to quit on that. But also, something still is not jiving with our Washington Commanders defense. What is it, y'all? What is it? We playing too much zone. We got the wrong people. Is it the coaching? Yes, a little bit of both. It's the players, it's the coaches from what I can see. And something's not meshing there. And the easy thing is they got rid of the biggest problem that they thought was the biggest problem to the best unit. And we'll get into that a little bit. Shout out to my boy Linnell Willingham. He actually had a segment on this today on his radio program. But I look at it and they got rid of the perceived problem, right? Sam Mills third. But the problem never has been with the defensive line, right? It's been with the back end. It's been with the back. It's been the back seven of these guys, right? The linebackers. We don't have the linebackers that going out. Cole Holcomb still looks confused. Very, very trying to be reactionary to the offense. We saw that a lot. We saw that against Carolina. We saw this against Kansas City. Again, he's just standing there in motion. Now, that could be a Steve Russ thing. That can also be a JDR thing. Also, the secondary. What the hell is Bobby McCain doing, family? That's what, will somebody actually tell me this? Because he's out of place. I remember, I think it was Watson on the reception, and Cam Curl was on him, but Bobby McCain had the option and got twisted around. He was supposed to be his help right there and went in the other direction. But he talks about accountability all the time and, communication. They obviously didn't have the communication on that side of the ball. And it was just disappointing from the defense. It keeps on going on and on. It's the same thing. It's a broken record. And the fact of the matter is that, hey, you can play vanilla. This reminds me a lot of the 2016 when we were like, well, they're playing vanilla. They're going to do it. They were terrible. They were in the bottom end of the league. And this is, I've been talking to people about this. And when I say this, it's going to sound like loser talk, but then y'all going to come back around with me. So stay right here with me. I don't have a problem. Patrick Mahomes is going to beat you. He beat the Bengals in the 2 games that they lost against him. He will beat you in battles. But your objective is not to allow him to win the war. It's like they're sitting there scared of him. There's no bite to this defense. They said, I was looking on 1 3rd down. They sent James Smith-Williams, an interior lineman in college, moved over to an end in the NFL. They dropped him back in coverage on a 3rd down and 6. I don't get it's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. The hands has changed, but it's the same stuff. You drop him back and like what in his repertoire makes you think, well, maybe we should drop James Smith-Williams back into coverage on 3rd and 6. Makes absolutely no sense. What's up, Nello? I believe he was lost. Yep. What's up, DMV? Nati, make sure y'all check him and Parker out at 9 p.m. on the channel. Let's see here. Can't get right, Junior. That's right. Hit that like button. Yes, right. Hit that like button. Appreciate that, Brian. Frost 40 below said, we don't have the players and bad coaching. I think we got the players. We don't have the attitude. Like, we really don't have the attitude. We don't have that dog mentality. Shout out, and Rogers got a question here. What in the world? Y'all don't cuss in the comments, because some reason it'll back it out. So if you got a good comment, I can't read it until I undo it. So I got it here. The definition of insanity is doing the same crap over and over again, expecting a different result. Get rid of this Buffalo nickel garbage. Go get a coverage Mike linebacker. I got it. Hey, I appreciate that, Roger. I agree 110% with you, because it's not working. It's not working. They're not doing what what you expect. What do you expect in this situation? So I just look at this. And I look at Ron Rivera too in this situation, and I think about what was done to Antonio Gibson, and rightfully so. Antonio Gibson was benched. What was he benched because you had another option, or because you wanted to make a point? That's the thing. That's my question. Because the energy is not transitive to the defensive side of the ball. People getting blown up like it's the 4th of July. Dams busting like it's a hurricane. But nobody's riding a pine on this. Whether it's that damn Bobby McCain, who's out there looking bow-legged and lost all the time, but then he has a chance to go up against the media because they call him out for not doing his job. Right? I'm with y'all don't hear me. I don't think y'all understand where I'm coming from right now. I'm gonna read the comment. Y'all ain't with me right now. So y'all gonna get me. The Baptist preacher is going to come out of me here today. It's just gonna happen. Facts. What's up? Okay. Sup, Court? What's up, Cypher? Is this weekend against the Ravens a big win, considering they are 22-0 in the preseason over the last few? I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna come back to that. I like it. What's up, Ref the District? They kept me in line. I'm watching my cornerbacks, y'all. I'm watching my cornerbacks this week. I promise. Again, I'm watching my cornerbacks. Which leads me to another thing, right? You bring in one of the better man corners in the NFL and Williams Jackson III, but you play zone. He sits there. He's like, you go by. I got my safety there. When you know you can't trust, I would not trust Bobby McCain at the phone company. I wouldn't trust him at the cell phone company because when it comes to coverage, it's going to get cut off every single time with him. His best trait, man to man, in your face. Why don't you play him like that? I see too many times he looks like a turnstile. Well, somebody else will get him. Is this Chris Harris? Is this Jack Del Rio? Is this a combination of both? What's up, Corey? B-Rob is just better than Gibby. I get that, and that's a rhetorical question, Tim. My question is, why isn't that energy on the same side of the ball? Why is that not on the defensive side of the ball? If somebody F's up, ride the pine. And plus, it's preseason, right? This prep doesn't matter. Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense one bit for it. I like Percy Butler. I saw who put the Percy Butler up in there. Percy Butler. I like him. Cyphers. Yes, I love him. Physical. Ref District. What's up? Is the answer. Percy Butler is the answer. I'm hoping so. Carlton says, Corey, I sent you a message regarding the ball players when I said the ball players don't have an injury history until they get here. These coaches that get there don't coach like it. Here, how that's a fact. I remember that comment from last time. Also, the power went out during the stream if y'all go back and watch like the last 15 minutes of my stream on Saturday, the power went out. The whole block went out. It was very interesting. So let's see here. You came in mid-range. See, but now you know what I mean. Like if you rewind it, you'll see what I'm talking about. And going back to my earlier point, Patrick Mahomes is going to beat you. That's fine. He will beat you in a battle. That's cool. It's gonna happen. It happens to everybody. It's like when you go out on a date. You got a crush on a 10, right? She might be a hoe, and she might cheat on you. But everybody learns after that. Pause. But you can't let them win the war. You can't let them rent space in your head. I saw a defense on Saturday for 2 consecutive drives that was scared of a man with an arrowhead on his helmet and a 15 across his chest. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't care if it's preseason or not. These are your starters. There's no dog in these guys. There's no guy. And I said this on the radio too. I said, I can stand getting beat, but I can't not try it. F trying. Yoda said it the best. Master Yoda said this. Do or do not. There is no try. Just go out there and do it. There's no such thing as the college try. Just go out there and effing do your job. Execute it. And like I always said, they say you talk about winning. They're talking about winning our way and all this stuff. Well, your way's not working. The player's way is not working. You got to figure out something. And you got, what, less than 2 weeks to figure that out? Come on now. Let's go back to the comments here real quick as I catch my breath. Let's see. They've been, okay. Playing off front, and that's the problem. Yep. 3rd and 3, 7 yards. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I tell you right now, we can go and watch some of these preseason games tonight. I think they got 2, one on NFL Network, one on Prime TV. I think San Francisco and Houston. You think old fish sandwich living at the 7-Eleven looking Lovie Smith is going to have his boys 7 yards off the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 3? I think not. I think not. And they're from the same school of thought. Ron was Lovie's defensive coordinator. Huh. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Kind of thing. Food for thought right there. Jack is to blame for playing the ball. Oh, yeah. Corey, I'm dreading the season already. I'm not dreading the season already, Alex. I'm not there. I'm not there just yet. I'm concerned, but it goes back to my earlier point during the offseason. This offense is going to have to outscore this defense. That's just what it is. We are going to have a all-world performance out of Carson Wentz and this offense. Is that possible? Yes. Is it likely? Not necessarily. Like, I'm going to be real with you. I can be as positive as I want to on these things and say, hey, yeah, well, it's preseason and everything. But the effort's not there. The effort's not there. The do is not there. Hell, the try's not even there. And that's what gets me frustrated when I go and watch this and I spend 4 hours. If you talk to any of your content creators, you talk to Tim, you talk to Nati on here right now, you talk to Ref the District, it takes time to put this stuff together. It takes time to write stuff down. You're probably doing stuff at work in between or at school, just writing down, yeah, this. To get ready for a stream like this that might go an hour. You might put hour, 2 hours of prep in it, get a little graphic detail out. The fact that we put more effort into it than what we saw on that defense in a preseason game, that is concerning. But don't dread it just yet. Don't dread it just yet. It's been happening since he got here. Seems like our super chats help you pay off the delinquent electric bill. Wasn't delinquent. It's paid on time. Which, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Power is, I'm living in cold country, $157. I don't get it. What's going on? I had a $140 water bill because I had a leak. Do I have a leak in the power grid up here? Come on now. Somebody help me out. Somebody call ODP. Tell them. Shouting out people in there. Ron made Gibby a primary kick returner. I think that will benefit them greatly. I still think he and JD can play similar roles. It's true. Door Gunner up in there saying, what's up, Roger? What's up? Marcus, what's up, man? Ronnie up in here. Do you think Ron is too loyal to his coaching staff, especially Del Rio? Yes, absolutely. I think so. I don't and there's a lot of people who thought that he should have been fired after his tweets, right? I was kind of like, oh, hey, well, hold on right there. Because, whatever it is, however you feel about it, I'm not getting into it because it's about the team. It's not about Jack. Jack's probably made himself invaluable because I think Ron, where he only has one former head coach on the team, and something happens to him again, and this is all theory. I have no insight on this. That Ron, maybe he's like, if something happens to me again, I need somebody who knows how to run it from a head coaching standpoint. If something happens, or maybe an alternate thing. Jack did so good in 2020, and this is me talking as Ron. Jack did so good, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this, that, and the third, that I got to keep him on because he kept me clean. He kept the team clean when I was going through Kansas Street. I don't know, but that's just my theory. But I do think he is too loyal to a fault. I think it's a good leadership quality to let your people work through their issues, but I also think you got to know when it's time to cut them loose. Jack on the hot seat, lukewarm maybe. That's funny because his son's name's Luke. Yeah, I would think so. I would think it is. Try 10 yards off the ball third day. Sit back, badly. I wish we could have had Brian Flores. Marcus, I want you to ask yourself this question. If I'm Brian Flores, would I want to come to this? Would I want to come to this? I ask you that question. And then you know my answer. Hey, now, what's up, Art Rogue? Feeling good up in the neighborhood? Let's see. Time to tick off these defensive players so they can get some stalled. Exactly. Like, seriously, they need to get somebody to slap them in the face. An all-world performance out of run. Give me the alcohol now. It's going to be a long year. I'm drinking water every time. I will take this. Pause. But let's see. The offense can be the catalyst. We definitely need the defense to follow suit. That's right. I need the defense to force turnovers. And I've told y'all this before. I don't care if we're in the bottom half of the league in defense. I need third down to be better, which wasn't good this week. As a collective, they were 9 of 13 on third down conversions. That's 60%. I think Mahomes and them were 7 of 7, 6 of 6 on third down in those two drives. That ain't good. So that's one you get strike. You ain't getting no turnover. I don't think we forced a turnover this year in the preseason. Oh, so there you go. There's 2 strikes right there. And getting to the quarterback. I don't even think we really got to the quarterback. There you go. So 3 strikes, you're out. Boom. Shout out Kate Cavalli, starting for the Nets tomorrow. We all can see when this team is on the same Yep. Never heard more facts ever. Hey, thank you, Nati. We agreeing on something. I appreciate that, brother. Real talk, though. Is there a difference the way the ball is held in the running back position to kickoff return? Because I heard Rivera saying wide receivers hold the ball differently. I think they do hold the ball differently. I think even wide receivers hold it differently. Let's see. Watch Kurt Warner's breakdown of Wentz. Pretty optimistic. I think Carson's going to be all right this year. I really do. I think people overblown. I think people overblown. Now, well, I think he'll be here next year. No, I don't. But I think that I think he's going to be all right. Carson's going to be all right this year. Might not be all world, but I think he will win you more games than he'll lose you games. I'm always happy to promote you. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. A shout out to Marcus in the Sports View 2 group. He's always sharing our content creators. So if you're on Facebook, go find it, go like it, and get in that group and everything. And join that group. It's a good group. Let's see here. Do you think these highly regarded coaches just buying time until their contract is up, not coaching like highly regarded coaches? What do you think? Is something is not right? What do you think? Okay. So what do I think? Who's highly regarded on this coaching staff? Not named Jack Del Rio. John Matsko at the end of his career? Yeah, probably. Juan Castillo, he's been a journeyman, but if Andy Reid needs him, he'll call him. If you look at the defensive side of the ball, I don't know if there's a lot of highly regarded guys on that defensive side of the ball. The nickel guy, I can't think of it. Vesselmeyer. No, he was a jack guy. And I've also said this too. I think there are a lot of Ron Rivera guys on that side of the ball. When Jack Del Rio's calling the plays, he only brought one guy that's worked with him beforehand. And I'm not defending Jack, but there's a continuity. There's a trust factor right there. Right? These are all Ron guys. Steve Russ, linebackers coach. Trash, right? I mean, let's be honest with you. He hadn't done anything to this point to get these guys developed. Now, I did see some flesh out Jamin. Saw him coming off the edge. Looked good. He got confused on that last touchdown where he actually let the guy go behind him, but then he rushed Mahomes. And you go back and look at that. To me, and I've lost my point here. Anyway, I don't think there's regarded guys. To the fact of that you got to have some familiarity there. A lot of these are Ron guys. Sam Mills III was a Ron guy. Jeff Scanina, I don't know where he adds on in that list. I can't remember who brought him here or invited him. He invited Warren Sapp out here. That's what happened. So, I mean, Jeff Scanina's been on here, but he likes to walk dogs during the offseason. So, the man who walks dogs can't get dog out of the best perceived position on the team. Yeah, fine. Ironic. It's especially Del Rio. Carolina. Oh, this is true. This was never more highlighted than how he this is how I thought about it, and this is a good point. Ron Rivera, it was kind of disappointing to me because y'all know I've defended Ron a lot. The way Ben Standick, who is usually just as dull as a cardboard, very respectful when he asks a question. He was like, well, I don't have to It's not even stubbornness. I think sometimes stubbornness is erring on arrogance. The fact that you didn't go out and get a pass rusher, or especially when you knew Chase Young, and that's something we'll get into here in a second, when you knew Chase Young wasn't going to be ready for the first month of the season, maybe not even the first month and a half of the season. But we sat on our hands. And what do we expect to put? There's only two things that can happen when you sit on your hands, right? Three, really. They're going to sit there, they're going to get numb, or you're going to piss or crap in them. Two of those things is bad. Three, really, numb, because you can't have any feeling in them. And this is where we're at right now. We couldn't go out and get a Melvin Ingram, a guy who's out there, maybe some other guy. I think Houston was out there too, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a guy who can come in here and teach Chase or show Chase. And these other guys, maybe more than one move. You know, I joked. I said Chase only has one move, right? It's go. But he literally only has one move. He hasn't developed anything. There you go. But that's a good point. I think that's a great point. I need the defense to finish the job when they apply pressure. That's true. When they apply pressure. True. I wouldn't want to come here. I will watch a rerun of the Chiefs game on Info Network. It's even worse than when I watch it. Yeah, I mean, I was sitting there watching. I watched the condensed version of it just so I could see the defense. And I was like, yeah, this is painful. And it was on 30 minutes, but I'm sitting there replaying, seeing who's getting a break on what. But hey, it is what it is. Let's see here. We need to have a good pass rush. We're just not coming away with sack. We have a good pass rush. We're just not coming away with sack. But that's a key to a good. That's a key to a good pass rush. You got to get home. They're not. That's not good. You got to get home. If you're not forcing the quarterback to be uncomfortable, or forcing them into interceptions or incomplete passes, that's not good. That's average. That's pedestrian. Sweat needs somebody on the other side of him in the absence. And I thought Sweat played really well. I think he got home a couple of times. If you had another guy who was doing that on the opposite side, you would have been in good shape. I think you really would have been in good shape right there. At this point, you think Minuski had a much better scheme? No. I think it's about the same. Ineffective. I hear HC Ron and DC Jack was the first year they signed here. Yeah. Lorenzo Alexander, who played under Del Rio for the Raiders, said he didn't have a high opinion of him. There you go. Let's see. The corners are coming, are playing off, and the QBs are getting the ball off. Exactly, Tommy. I was talking about your dad. What? I was talking about your dad. He is in a relationship, and he would be okay if you wanted to move. No. Well, my father passed away, so I couldn't go back out there to Kansas City. Yeah. Oh, man. There you go. So, wrong way. Never mind. You're good. Good. Hey, that was a little confused. Hey, anyway, so to the point of Chase Young, this week the team came out and said that he will be on that he'll be on the PUP list to start the season. And we've talked about this before, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. But we talked about this, and that he's going to be on the PUP list. And I was listening on the radio during COVID, right? So just sitting here, not much to do, but sitting there listening, and they said, well, what are your expectations? How have your expectations changed for this defense with now knowing that Chase Young's not going to be here for the first 4 games of the season, at least minimum? Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. I asked y'all, I said this before. I want to know who's going to be the guy opposite of Montez Sweat. That has not changed. The question is now, it was out of thought, wonder who's going to be. Now it's oh my God, who is going to be opposite of Montez Sweat? That's where it's kind of changed. And to that point, who needs to step up? The whole damn team needs to step up. That's my thought. I just say, like, the team has done nothing. The guys couldn't even bust Welch's, bust a grape if they were in Welch's backyard. I heard that somewhere. I can't take credit for that. Wouldn't mind getting Jalen Smith. Yeah, hey, let's get him up in here. I hope he doesn't get hurt when he first walks up in the command center at Ashburn Park. Will Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio be fired if we don't get at least a wild card game? I don't think so. I think Jack will, but I don't think Ron will. I think things would really have to go south. I think, like, I'm talking 5. I'm talking about 5 and 12. Maybe I'm talking 5 and 12, and like down to the bottom barrel of the quarterbacks. Like, say we're seeing Sam Howell, which could be possible. Could be possible. And then he could put, but I think Jack will go before Ron. I think Jack will go before Ron. Let's see, Sarko. Oh, Lord have mercy, bro. Okay. All right, then. I hear you. Why couldn't we sign suit? We don't want. They don't want. Here, I'm going to ask you this, Cypher. When you look at Washington, when we look at the Commanders, who is the outspoken leader? Who's the outspoken leader? Think about that. Who is our outspoken leader in the locker room? Like a guy that's like, he backs that play up. Who is our villain? Every good team has a villain, right? Let's look at last year. Odell Beckham. Like, a lot of people don't like Odell Beckham. He's on the Super Bowl team. He can be considered the villain, right? But who's your leader? Who backs up the play? Who is your bad boy in the building? We don't have that because we don't want that. That's what they're saying. They don't want somebody like Sue. Plays. Somebody plays. You know, that I'm just saying, man. Like, a good question though. Very good question. Why can't we say, is Sue even on a team? Is he on free agency? Let me see. He is a free agent. 35 years old. Let's bring him up in here. Man, why not? Let's bring him in here. Let's talk to him. No, McCall. Let's call up. Let's call him up. Then he gonna stomp on somebody's forehead or something, or kick somebody's helmet. He will make people fear him. I remember back in the day when the words wild card was rarely spoken because we were always on top, at least most of the time. Yeah. I think Ron is forever embedded in this organization because of the rebrand, and Dan, he'll step aside and be an executive if it all falls apart. Yeah, I think he'll just quit. I think he just quit. I think he would just like say, I'm done with this. Yeah, like seriously, y'all put in the comment, who do y'all think the leader is? Is it Terry? I mean, Terry, very straight-laced. John Allen, very straight-laced dude. We would be the perceived leader in the clubhouse, right? But those might be leaders, but who's your villain? Like, who's your guy that kind of rubs people the wrong way, but he still goes out there? He's like, I'm good, and I know I'm good, and ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Like, that's what we need. We don't have that. Or we need some thirsty dog. Like, we need somebody who is just as crazy as our boy Doc Walker, who just goes out there and win. Just got that hunger to win. You don't have those guys. You have the guys just like this, the old shucks. We got choir boys. But every good team has a bad boy. Every good team does. Everybody. This ain't no make-believe world or anything like that. You got to have it. You got to have your good, your bad, your ugly. You got to make a good team. Logan Thomas. B-Rob seems crazy. And he's a rookie. He's a rookie, though. Him, Fuller, and someone else. I can't remember. Yeah. I mean, just because you wear the C don't mean you're a leader, right? Carson Wentz is going to win the C. Is he really is he a leader of the team? We got a lot of all shuck guys during the headlights. But for that point, I think everybody needs to step up. In loss of Chase, the whole team does. It's a 7-10 team from a year ago. 7-9 won the division the previous year, but it's a team who hasn't been over 500 since 2016. They haven't won double-digit games since, y'all stop me, 2012, right? So it's been 10 years since we won double-digit games. Come on now. Come on. We need a dog. And Boski, Roger asks, Roger, if you're still in here, again went over to Tim's stream, what is our identity? He asks that question all the time. Bring back Collins. Yeah, I mean, I'm a proponent of bringing him back. I'm a proponent. Y'all, I've been on the record saying that I'd bring him back. He got to stay healthy, though. But I feel like if you put him in the right spot, like don't put him like playing no strong safety. Let him play that Buffalo nickel or the rover, as I like to call it. Let him play the rover. Go ahead. See, we really don't have an identity. And I'm not talking about offense defensively. Like, what is this team? Like, yeah, they got some rough ones on Cincinnati, though. Come on now, Alex. They got a team can win with choir boys. They have to be good choir boys like Joe Burrow. You see, they've got dudes on there that are rough and tough. Don't get me wrong. They probably got some rough and tough dudes on there. Because you got to have a good defense to get that far like they did. Boy, they got to have some tough guys on there. Let's see. It won't happen to Brinks. But he's greedy to make a team better. Money talks. Well, nobody sent him any cash yet, so that's interesting. And Joe's go back in defense. He be chirpy. Yeah, I've seen him a couple times doing that. He was actually talking on the sideline when he was hurt. If you go back and look at the game, he was doing that. Don't make me think too much about all the losing. Yeah, I won't. This team has had a bunch of knuckleheads. Like how many deaths are associated with the players on this in the past team? Well, none right now, right? Monte Nicholson's gone. DeShazer, like I think. Like having the bad guy, like having a villain on there, you gotta. It's like seasoning, right? You don't want to put like you want to put a pinch of salt on stuff. You can't put a whole bunch of stuff, or your cholesterol's gonna go through the roof, and you're gonna be on medication. That's what I'm talking about. You got to put a little seasoning on there. You got to have one, just one. Just one. That's all. Just one. Just one. That's all. Like you see, maybe one, maybe two, maybe one on each side of the ball, right? That's what I'm talking about. Can we stop talking about the Buffalo nickel? He has turned himself into a villain. I think of the Star Wars. I think of Star Wars Episode 3 when Obi-Wan is out there at that volcano planet, and he's like, we're like, Aaron, you were supposed to destroy the darkness, not join it. And that's what he was. According to their coked out owner, Carson Wentz is a villain. Let's get that straight. That's what I said. Let's get that straight. According to Booger Sugar Irsay, Carson Wentz is a villain. And Sarge says, that's what I mean. He didn't want to take a pay cut. I mean, right now, with nobody wanting to sign, I got you. There you go. Hey, we could do it. Yeah, and don't get me. We can get an argument about the Colts GM and all this stuff. All I can. The Colts. I mean, we talk about us, right? They can't get that quarterback situation. Forget. Let's just not even go there, because people have put the Colts on this pedestal, and they're going through 1, 2, 3, 4. What? This is going to be their 5th starting quarterback in 5 years. Stop it. So it clearly ain't Wentz. It wasn't Phillip Rivers. Because Phillip didn't see enough in that team to want to come back, right? Huh? Andrew Luck was like, I want to spend time in it. In the words of my boy Lou Holder, that's something that makes you go, Anywho, y'all. But yeah, Ron needs to cool himself too. Going back to what I was talking about a little bit earlier. I thought that was a little arrogant how he came out there. You was listening to my boy Lou Nail too, weren't you? Shout out Lou Nail. He brought the. He did. I mean, he brought the facts right there. On the metrics, yeah. And this is a metric. This is a metric-based, results-based world. And if you're not delivering that, you can be name brand all you want to, right? Why do people buy Captain Crunch compared to like the Great Value brand, which I don't know what it is. What is it called? Uncle Pop or something? I don't know. I just made that up. There's a reason why. Oh, this is a really good brand. No, it's not a good brand. It tastes the damn same thing. It's just the box you're buying. So that's what they say with us, because we got the box, because I got our boxes from the SEC and Ohio State. We got that line. We are the Captain Crunch line. But we're not delivering. We're delivering great value results. Come on now. They don't grade well, family. John Allen is the only one who's out there going and giving us Captain Crunch results on the Captain Crunch label. Exactly. Boom. Let's see here. The metrics don't grade pain well, right? And Ebron was on the Steelers by then. Well, there you go. Anyway, so I thought about, and who's our underrated? What do y'all think is the underrated position on this team right now? I give you mine. I think it's the offensive line. I don't worry about this offensive line. I don't worry about them. I feel like they can plug guys in there and they'll get them up to speed. I mean, we know that Keith Ishmael has had his struggles. But for the most part, this line has been put together with duct tape and bubble gum and was still able to produce. So whatever Travell Wharton and John Matsko are doing, it's working. So they are the most underrated. Nobody talks about this line because they aren't household names. Leno, Cosme, it's going to be Norwell this year. Trey Turner, Chase Roulier is coming off a bad leg. Maybe even Wes Schweitzer right there. Right, I don't necessarily think that Trey Turner is going to be the starting right guard. I think Wes could make that ploy. That's what I think. That's my position group. I love the O-line. I think what they're doing out there is, I think it's well and above the class. I think that's what's going to help keep Carson Wentz clean. Because if you think about it, last year, that Indianapolis Colts offensive line last year took a major step back. And that's all record of doing that. Is it because they changed the quarterback? Or is it because they took a step back? Because they had I think they had injuries and everything too. There you go. Let's see here. Allen getting double team in the preseason already up. That's right. Sean McVay hired Jay Gruden as a consultant. Whoop-dee-dee. I saw that. I actually wrote that down somewhere. Yeah, I did. I actually wrote that down. Good for him. Good for Jay. Whatever. Smoke the Jays with the 18-year-old girls you were talking to in those videos. But yeah, good for Jay. Good for Jay. Proud of Jay. It's going to be a remote. It's going to be a remote role. So, it's all good. Well, it's like O-line and Cam Sims. I think Cam Sims, he had the dog play of the game, right? He probably shouldn't have went out there for that touchdown when he had the touchdown catch. But he went up there, got right back up. Little Woozy, that's in concussion protocol. Little Woozy went out there, caught touchdown. Like, that's a dog. That's why you keep people like Cam Sims. Paulie says it all the time. Maybe you should play him a little bit more. We'll see. He won't play. He probably won't play this week against Baltimore. Let's see here. What DC would you like if we were to get let Jack Del Rio go? I mean, it don't matter to me. It really doesn't matter. I don't really have a guy who's on the name. I don't think any household name. We know that no household name would come here. I would say look out for. Let me see where he's at, because he was a DC Forum. Let's see where he's at. I want to say this is yes. So the Bills defensive line coach Eric Washington, who was Ron's defensive coordinator for the last 2 years in Carolina. Look out for him. Old boy who coached for the Cardinals for that 1 year, Steve. I can't think of what his last name is. Dude had the perfect lineup. I can't think of Steve Wilkes. So have him. Yeah. I agree with you, Corey. We have a nice mixture of veterans and youth. Our tight ends is going to be good. And tight ends going to be good. I like that. Ishmael got better each game. Running back group. How you missed the entire preseason on a new team, then start. You talking about Wes Schweitzer. You talking about the guard spot. I agree with you, Paulie. Let's see here. They're saying that people are using John Gruden's stuff against Jay as retribution. Mike Zimmer. Oh, that could be a good one. This team needs better linebackers and secondary. Linebackers, I agree with. I think they need some better linebackers. I think the corners are there. I just think they're not playing them right. The issue is nobody wants to come here due to the accusation drama of the front office, which they don't want to deal with them, right? They don't want to deal with Dan. So that could be possible. Kevin O'Connell, let him go. We can hire Joe Judge. Oh, Lord. And what is he? Is he calling offensive plays for them too? I think Cam should be wide receiver 4 over Diami. Diami has been outplayed by every other wide receiver on the depth chart, but he's a draft pick, though. No trade. That's what I was talking about, Paulie. That's exactly what I'm talking. But that, like you always say, bro, Ron and them. That's exactly what that is. Here we go. So we got a preseason game, and I remember somebody asked a question, and I got to go back to it now because I said I was going to come back to it. I think it was Cyphers that said this. Yes, Cyphers asked this question earlier. He said, "Is this weekend against the Ravens a big win considering they are 22-0 in the preseason?" I think if you're a competitor, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a big game. Like, you want to go out there and in that streak, no matter if it's in preseason or not. because these guys, they want to put something out on tape because some of these guys won't be here. Most of these guys won't. It's an 81 man roster right now. These guys, some of these guys aren't going to be, most of these guys ain't going to be here. Close to half of them aren't going to be here come this time next week. So I would say yes, because it's all they talk about. Why wouldn't you want to be the team that does that? And I think you've been a team that's been on this list 3 or 4 times already. 22-0 in the preseason, because Baltimore goes out there, and Baltimore's doing this with their backups because their backups know what's on the line too. They got dudes who can come in for dudes. It's not like when we lose one dude, we're like, oh, booger sugar, we're screwed. They go out there, next man up, right? That's what they do. So yeah, I think it's big. As a competitor, I think it's big. They can say it's preseason, only 1-2, but you gotta go out here and win. And Ron even said that that the starters will play limited, very limited. It will be very limited, quote, in playing. I think they need to play. I think you need to get started out there, get one drive in. Carson Wentz, get him out there. I wasn't a big fan of Carson Wentz being behind a patchwork line when you know you got everybody. I think 2 of the 5 starters probably on opening day were out there. So you're missing 60% of your line, right? But still went out there and played pretty well. Like, I'm not worried about Carson. Like, Carson's moving the ball. I looked at these third downs. His that first third down that he missed, everybody was covered. So he went up, he threw a 50-50 ball to Curtis Samuel. Good play by the defender. That second time, Curtis Samuel again. He may have, Toothpick said, maybe he should have had lower, but literally, Curtis had the ball. Do something to grab it in, bro. Well, I mean, you got to. I would cut Trey Turner because he saw Ron lies bad. He's draft pick. It would be great to end the Ravens streak, but if it come away without any interest, right? Micro Mike, what's up, bro? How you doing? All right, Mike, we gotta talk. We gotta talk, man. Week 2, we gotta talk. You and I, we gotta talk week 2, bro. Come on now, we gotta talk. We gotta talk week 2. Something coming up. How my boy James Mitchell doing? Y'all still biting off kneecaps? Shout out to Micro Mike. Y'all go check him out on Lions Talk with Micro Mike by Chat Sports. He will be live Sunday. Right, Mike? You'll be live Sunday. Last preseason game of the preseason. The Lions at the Steelers on CBS. Yeah. Look, we're gonna have a little pregame. We're gonna have pregame talk. Either I'm coming on your channel or you coming over here on the Warpath, because we're gonna have to talk. We're going to have to get the whole band together. I think that week is just going to be, I'm going to be like Detroit Lions streaming all the way. Okay. All right. Okay. Y'all ready? We're going to wrap it. We're going to rock it. We'll get that. We'll talk offline about that, Mike. We'll talk offline about it. Kyle, I'm ready for this. I love y'all. I love my Detroit boys, but I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I'm ready to rip somebody's kneecap off. We'll be talking. I know. I'm gonna hear from all y'all. But yeah, I mean, I want to see. I just want to see. Can they put whoever the starters are out there? I don't need to see Terry. I mean, I don't even need to see Brian Robinson. Really, but like Carson has been pushing the ball down. He's not been pushing it downfield, but he's been moving the ball. I think that's what you need out of this cat. But I think you need a scoring drive. Now, I will blame him on that sack that he took. Should just got out of there. He's trying to make a play. Cost him probably an attempt at 3 points. I think it was his last drive, right? And they had to punt the ball with Tressway. So I'll blame him on that. I will blame him on that. And I guess we're going to wrap up. We get ready to wrap up here. 5 minutes to go. in this stream. And don't forget, 6:45 on Saturday, I will be here live in living color. Maybe I'll lose enough weight so I can put this Waterboy shirt on. Man, you already know. See, because it makes me look bad because I put the same thing upside down. It makes me look bad because Sal's gonna wear it. I can't wear it because I don't know what cheap voodoo shop this shirt came from. Shout out to my boys. Doc Walker seemed to fit fine on him, but mine didn't. But it's all good though. Shout out to the Water Boys. Shout out to G from the shop. Man, you already know. And then Petty Paulie. That's all right though, man. We got all we need. Everything we got is in this room, we think. So, let's see here. So yeah. So good news coming out. Let's talk about something positive for the last 5 minutes. Washington is still in the number retiring business. Sonny Jurgensen, it was announced on Tuesday that his number 9, will be retired at the end of the season against Dallas, the whiteout game. And I like the fact that they're finally doing this. The fact that people, and I will say this without reservation. Sonny Jurgensen, probably the second best quarterback in team history. Baugh, Jurgensen, Theismann. I know Theismann won the championship, but I think his time, that legacy, from what I've read and the highlights that I've seen, Sonny isn't hurt. They win that Super Bowl in 72 and they beat the Dolphins. That's what I've always heard. And I believe it too. Just what he did. They had that drunk Billy Kilmer that went out there. The fact that Shane Matthews had his number 9 back in 2002 is disrespectful. It's the same reason back in 2002 when Leonard Stevens had 49 of Bobby Mitchell's. It made no damn sense. But the problem that I have, and it's kind of what Frost 40 Below said too. This should have been done a long time ago. This should have been a long time ago. And plus, you're going to wait till the end of the season. Now, I don't know who picked the date. I don't know, maybe Sonny and them said, hey, we can do it here in December. Paulie says Philadelphia because it's fun. And a lot of people, you might not remember this. Sonny Jurgensen was traded on April Fool's Day. And he thought it was a joke when they said the Eagles traded him to Washington, to the Redskins. Go look. It's an NFL Films thing. It was hilarious. I think they traded him for, what's it, Norm Snead, maybe? Is that right? Somebody check me on that. I think it was Norm Snead. But, I mean, you look at the guy. He was a baller. He's the best thing to ever come out of Duke because I don't like Duke. So, he officially is the best thing to come out of Duke. And we listened to him. I listened to Frank, Sonny, and Sam. Larry, Sonny, and Sam heard him. And then he's just always just the classy voice that Sonny has. And I never forget. I always say this during my high school football broadcast when there's a lot of turn. He always would say, he's like, turnovers. I can't say it like him, but he just had like a classy way he said it. And always smoking the SJ9s. And I remember him and George Michael 4 and 5 from Redskin Park back in the day when he was sitting there with Norv Turner and Sonny, not Sonny Jurgensen, Marty Schottenheimer and the boys. And then I think they ended it with Jim Zorn because that's when George left. And I know they did it with Coach Gibbs and everything. They would do it. NBC4 would have them. They'd be sitting there right out there in the foyer. So I think great. It's a great move. Who should be next? I think if you're talking about retiring numbers, you got to do 44. You got to do 81. You got to do 28. And don't wait till these guys are on their last limb so they can't enjoy it. Like Sonny just turned 88 on the 23rd. He turned 88. And if I do math right, life expectancy for people, like, let them enjoy it. Let people enjoy it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like let them enjoy it. Let them live in the moment. And I also have weird conspiracy theory about this too. I think this is part of the rebrand. It is part of the rebrand to get fans out there. But you want fans to to the Dallas game when you're going to have probably 60-40 Dallas fans at your stadium, right? Like I don't know. Hopefully that'll get more of them out there. Hopefully it'll be a game worth something as well too. Hopefully it'll be a game that's worth a damn and worth us going and celebrating for. Hopefully we have something to root for, or unless they're prepping for the disaster. And he was in that the best helmet in the franchise. That arrow, that spear, and oh God, I love that. I love the spear helmet and the feathers. Oh my gosh, I love that helmet. I got one in my living room. I love that thing. But yeah, Sonny Jurgensen. No one will ever wear 9 again, as they shouldn't have. Shane Matthews, shame on you for wearing number 9. Like what? Like who? Like he was in the building. Unless he went and asked Sonny could he wear it, which I don't think they did that. He was in the building. Why would you go? Why wouldn't you go and ask him? Like, come on, y'all. Shout out my boy Logan Thomas is back. Good to see him back there. He was on 7-on-7s. I think this may be a little bit of a rush because he has that brace on that leg, but ain't got no more tight ends, y'all. We ain't got none. Where your tight ends at? Pause. Ain't got none. So they signed Kendall Blanton, who's part of the Super Bowl team last year with the Rams. He actually was the starter. Actually, the dude cost me $1,000 because if y'all remember, I needed Tyler Higbee, who got hurt in that game, to do some certain things, and Corey would have been well off. Maybe Corey could have paid the light bill. But yeah. But y'all, I appreciate this. Did on Thursday, but this was fun. Had a lot of topics, y'all engaging. I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Make sure y'all subscribing, trying to get to 3,000. Hopefully before the season starts. I think less than 55 away from that. So if you know somebody, tell them to subscribe to On the Warpath. And then once we get to 3K, we're gonna be partying. Yes, and we're gonna do a little giveaway. My goal is to, if we get to it, going to give out a ticket, front row, 3 rows up, section 106 to the Eagles game. So party hardy, y'all. Let's go. Come on now. We gotta get it. We gotta do this thing. Let's do this thing. Let's do it. But yeah, as always, Sanchez 405. I love you guys. Thank you for everything you're doing to help this channel grow. Make sure y'all come out on Saturday night. We get ready to do the Burgundy. We're gonna do the final preseason game. Then we'll get ready. Hopefully have some guests on, rocking and rolling with us. But as always, I'm Sanchez 405. Make sure. What's the theme of today? Hey, there is no try, just do. Make sure y'all keep that same damn energy. We'll outlast the bastards together. And I'm going to say, don't give up until a miracle happens, because we really need a miracle to happen now. So don't give up, y'all. But anyway, let's rock and roll. Sanchez 405. Somebody please get my theme music before I say love, peace, and hell. I'm out.